Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel. Stay forever true. My name is Brandy. I want to do a video talking about how I lost 50 pounds after having my second child. So just a little background on me. I have two daughters. I have a 2-year-old and a 10-month-old. So after I had my first child, 8 months postpartum after having her, I got pregnant with my second child. And then it's been 10 months since I had her. So when I first found out I was pregnant with my second child, this was 8 months postpartum from having my first child, I was at 164 pounds. Then when I went in right before I had my daughter, I had her on March 26th. On the 19th, when I went in, I was at 197. And then when I went in for my 6-week checkup after having my daughter, I was 173. And currently, I'm between 154 and 156 pounds. So I had my second child in March. I decided to stay home with her for my 12 weeks after working. I worked as a nurse. So I had a 1-year-old and I had a newborn, and I was all over the place running around. I was super tired. First thing I did was I breastfed. Now I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, I don't want to breastfeed, or they say like, oh, I didn't lose weight when I breastfed. So the thing with me is I breastfed. I did not give my daughter any type of pacifiers. I think at one point we tried pacifiers and she was like, I don't even want this. She sucked her thumb for a little bit, but she stopped doing that. So I just basically breastfed her on demand. Now a lot of people, well, some people when they breastfeed, they say, oh, you can take in an extra 250 or 300 plus calories a day, and that's okay. The thing with me is I knew that I could take in more calories, so I took in more of my calories with like yogurt and granola for whatever reason. I think it's because when I was in the hospital I ate a lot of like yogurt parfaits. When I got home and had her, like when I was at home with her, I used to just eat so much yogurt and granola and frozen berries like all freaking day. Like that's all I ate after I had her. And I wasn't vegan, I was plant-based. So for years, over a decade, I haven't eaten any meat. So I was already a vegetarian when I had both my kids. So I have transitioned now to more of a plant-based diet without any eggs or dairy, but I'll talk about that later. But anyway, so the first thing I did was I breastfed, and of course when you're breastfeeding you want to increase your fluids, so that helped me a lot. I was drinking a lot of fluids, a lot of water, and then the next thing is I had my daughter in March, so it was a perfect time to get outside, walk around. So if you have your kid in the summer or like the early fall or in the springtime, make sure you get outside and you walk. So we just walked around our complex and probably like 20 minutes. I didn't walk through the neighborhood, just around my complex like 2 or 3 or 4 times for about 20 minutes. I put in my headphones. I would listen to like podcasts and stuff like that to just keep me going. And then afterwards I would have my 1-year-old run around in the outside just playing and stuff like that. And I did it right before her nap time, so that way I can just throw the kids in, take a nap, and it was like just part of our daily routine. So walking, y'all, I don't have a gym membership. Nobody watching these kids while I go to the gym. Like, I do everything at home. So definitely walking is super important. Even if you have your kids like in the winter time, go to like the YMCA or go to like a track, an indoor track, and just walk around that track. Go to the mall. So once it got cooler outside, we would go to the mall. Afterwards, my oldest would play around in a little play area in the mall. So that was just something else too, just walking with them. The next and the third thing is I don't drink like sugary stuff like soda pop or like, you know, juices and stuff like that. I might take like a swig of juice here and there. Buying sugary drinks, I don't do that. Drinking some tea right now. That leads me to my next thing is I drink a lot of tea. One, it's warm, so that helps to fill your stomach up. 2, it has a little bit of flavor, and I just love tea. My favorite is jasmine. Right now I've been drinking Earl Grey tea. Green tea, of course, gives you the energy, the antibiotics gives you the antioxidants, which help to eliminate free radicals, and free radicals can cause cancer and other diseases in your body. So that's why I like green tea. I do drink coffee. I'm not gonna say I don't drink coffee, but I'm just that. And then also drinking warm lemon water. So I would start my day off drinking just some warm lemon water just to get my body ready to start the day. It's very cleansing. It's fresh to the palate. Like I said, that hot water expands your stomach so you feel more full, and it just gets me going at it. I feel more full throughout the day if I just drink some tea. So, and a lot of times you think you're hungry, but really you're freaking dehydrated. So even when I would leave out the house, like I would just I make sure I take a container of tea, or I take a container of water with me, and I keep it in my car. Like I always have water or tea in my car, especially because when you have 2 kids, like, or you just have kids in general, like for whatever reason, when you're out in the car, you just be so hungry, especially when you're breastfeeding. You're so freaking hungry. So I also used to keep snacks in my car, like nuts, fruits in there. What else do I keep? Like nuts, because it's like fatty and it's filling. So keep that in my car. Raisins, anything that dried fruit, whatever, because that can stay in the car without being, you know, perishable. So keep stuff like that in your car, because when I'm in my car, I feel the urge to just, oh, let me go grab this and I can just eat this while I'm driving, or oh, let me go get this because when I get home I want to relax and just eat. And so like I think the biggest thing for me was learning like my hunger cues, and really being like, is this me being hungry, or am I just wanting to distract myself from doing something? Am I stressed out? And I started realizing, like, when the kids are both screaming and they're just all over the place, for whatever reason, I feel like I need to eat something. And I don't know if it's just like a comfort thing, but I was like, are you really hungry, or you just want to eat so that you don't have to deal with your kids screaming? Or do you want to eat because it feels good to eat this food and feel good even though you're stressed out with your kids? So stress eating is real, emotional eating is real. So really find out what's causing you to go towards those snacks. And that's something I really had to figure out. Or even when I put my kids down to go to sleep, I'll realize that I feel like, okay, now it's time to eat something, because they're asleep, they're chill. I don't have to have one trying to breastfeed and the other one trying to steal my food, and this one screaming, there's poop there, go sit down, go sit on the pot. I'm scarfing my food down, now I can relax, watch TV and eat. Like, let me do it, even if I'm not hungry, right? So I just had to start realizing like what my routine, and realizing my relationship with food, and like when I was overeating, why I was overeating, and why was I craving certain foods like sweets. I'm a very big sweet type of person. Like, I don't eat meat, but honey, sweets, I love sweets. I have a big sweet tooth. So I had to realize, like, why am I going for this? So then I had this kick where all I freaking ate was grapefruit. Oh my goodness, like anytime I want something sweet, I would just eat a grapefruit. Especially like at nighttime, I'll just eat grapefruits before I go to bed. Like, so find different things that you can replace for those cravings that you have. I know it's not always going to be the case. Sometimes you have to just give into the craving. But when you do give into a craving, because like recently I've gotten back to having my cycle again, even though I've been breastfeeding. You know, if you're breastfed, it takes a minute for you to get your cycle, because breastfeeding actually stops you from ovulating. So, but don't use that as a form of birth control. That's what I did with my first one. It didn't work. Anyways, I finally started getting my cycle back, and like a week ago, I was like, why am I craving this food? Like, I freaking ordered me some Domino's. I had some cheesy bread. I had molten lava cake. I was drinking wine. I'm like, why do I want all this stuff? Like, why do I want this? And then I had my cycle. I was like, that's why. So now I'm starting to learn more about my cues with my cycle and my hormones, and being like, okay, so the next time I'm tracking my cycle, and that way I know, okay, around this time is when I start having these cravings. What can I do differently? Do I need to work out more? Do I need to go for more walks? Do I need to have different foods in the house that can substitute these foods that I don't really want to take in? And when you do give in to your cravings, don't beat yourself up. Look, ladies, you just had a child. I don't care if your child is 1 year old or 3 months old or brand new. Like, I don't care if they're 5 years old. Being a mother, having kids, all the hormones, everything, like all of that, especially if you're just like, you know, recently postpartum, so within the last year, don't beat yourself up about you not losing weight, or looking at your friends being like, oh, she lost more weight than me, I need to lose weight. Like, she looks amazing. I remember right after I had my first child, a doctor, one of my daughter's doctors was pregnant too. And then I went in, she saw my daughter, and we both had just had kids. When I say she was all the way snatched, I was like, what's wrong with me? Why is she so skinny? And like, I ain't got my life together. But you have to realize, like, everybody's body is different. What you ate while you was pregnant might be different. Your hormones may be different. At the end of the day, it's stressful having a child. It's stressful being a new mom. it's a lot on you, especially if you already have a child at home that you're tending to. Now you have this new child. It's just a lot to it. So do not beat yourself up. Take everything one day at a time. Like I said with me, I just walked. I walked like crazy. I did some workouts here and there, but my biggest thing was walking. I made it a daily routine, and then on top of that, I was like, this is a good way for my 1-year-old to get outside, to play, to get some fresh air. She's 2-year-old now, but at the time, she was 1. But anyways, to get outside and play and just, you know, have fun. I ran around with her. We would do jumping jacks. Oh, and when I was outside with her, I didn't just stand around and be on my phone. Like, I would just do like these little things. So this is what I would do. I would like do stuff like this. I would just be out there just moving like this, moving my arms up while she was playing. I just did not stay still. So I would let her play around for like 15 minutes or so. And I would just go out there and just move. Just keep moving. Like the whole time. You know, and you can do this while your kids are playing. While like if you're watching a TV show, when the commercial come on, just start moving around like this. You know? And this is literally all I would do while she was outside playing. I would just move around. You know, just move my body, move my arms, keep yourself moving. It's really about helping yourself to start getting conditioned to being active, getting yourself conditioned to eating a certain way. You know, it doesn't have to be crazy straight. You already see I got a little out of breath, but it doesn't have to be crazy and strenuous. You just have to be consistent with it and lay that foundation. Once you get consistent and you start conditioning yourself to do it, it happens automatically. Then you can start being like, you know what? Let me add this on top of it. Okay, I've been walking every day for like the past month. Now I want to start doing squats. You don't have to do no dang on 30-day squat challenge. Start off with 10 perfect, amazing squats a day. 10 amazing squats a day. It ain't gotta be perfect. 10 squats. Tell yourself I'm gonna commit to 10 squats. As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna do 15 jumping jacks. Whatever, or just throughout the day, I'm gonna do this. Something. Just get yourself moving, get yourself conditioned. I watched this show and she was like a cheerleading show. She's like, we're just conditioning you. We're conditioning you. I know you're tired, but we're conditioning you to be able to get things done even when you're tired. So that's all it is, just getting your body used to being active. Don't put too much on your plate. You just had a child. Don't do that to yourself. Like, you got a lot more pressures that are going to come your way. People telling you how to raise your kids, how to do this, how to do that. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your baby. Enjoy this moment. Just like I said, pick up on little cues about yourself when you feel like you want to eat. Are you really hungry? Or are you trying to avoid something? Or are you trying to fill a void? You know, avoid, wow. Anyways, or are you trying to fill a void? Or are you feeling like depressed or lonely? Do you need to call a friend? Do you need to get out the house? Do you need to do a play date? Making sure that if you know you're the type of person that if you have these snacks in your house, you're going to eat them, don't buy them. Just don't freaking buy them. Or it's times where I would buy snacks and I would leave them in my car because I would forget all about them and be like, oh, okay, here goes a snack I can just chew on while I'm in the car or whatever. So I just noticed when certain foods, I just can't buy them. And if I had to give into a what do you call it? A craving, give into it and move on. Don't beat yourself up about it. Enjoy that food and be like, okay, you know, I'm glad I was able to do that. Because some people have cravings for food and guess what? They can't afford the food. They can't get access to it. So enjoy it, eat your food and be like, okay, I'm going to do this. Don't beat yourself up about it. I didn't do any intermittent fasting because I was breastfeeding. I didn't do anything crazy. I just freaking got up out the house. As you can see, I still have, you know, some chunky here. I still got some love handles. So there's still more to go. And I'm going to be doing more videos. Just let me know what type of videos you want to see. But I'm going to measure myself. And then I'm going to give myself a goal for the next 3 months. Oh, something else. I kept telling myself, I want to be a certain way for my birthday. My birthday is in July. So I just keep telling myself like I'm gonna be 30, like I want to look a certain way, I want my body to be a certain way by 30. So that's really been my motivation too. So find something to motivate yourself. If it's a trip, if it's something you want to wear, photos you want to take, whatever. Find something to motivate yourself to do it. But just take it day by day. Realize this is a lifestyle. Being healthy, being fit, eating certain foods, that's a lifestyle. And you're gonna have days where you want to do it and you're really motivated. You're gonna have days where you slack off, but just keep working on it, keep being consistent, love yourself, take care of yourself. You know, taking care of your body is really a form of self-respect and self-love. You have to understand that. And if you slip up or whatever, we're all human. But just get back on it and keep going for what you want, for the life that you want, how you want to look. You know, just keep going for it. Do not compare yourself to other people whatsoever. I know it's hard to say, but don't do it. See it as motivation, but keep working on you. Okay, keep working on you. And also, you all, I did not get on the scale. I didn't get on anybody's scale until really last month, January. So when my daughter was like 9 months postpartum, 9 months postpartum is when I first got on a scale. I got on one when I was at the doctor's office. The last time I went to them at my 6-week checkup, I was like 170 something. So that's the last time I got on it. This time, I thought like my goal to lose, I want to be like in the 150, like something around there. I got on the scale. Yeah, I'm like at 153, 154. I was like, oh, I'm already here. Like, what? I was like, I'm already here. So take a minute to look at that scale. I don't even have a scale in my house. Don't be so bombarded by numbers. If you're feeling good, if you're being active, if you're being consistent, let that be one of your cues, you know. So I hope I gave you all some good tips. Let me know in the comment section, do you all have any video requests? So yeah, thank you all for rocking with me. Go check out some of my other videos. I have videos about natural hair when I cut off all of my hair. I have some videos about natural hair. I have some vegan and vegetarian recipe videos that I have up. I have some mommy vlogs, all that jazz on this channel. Also, I am a nurse, so if you're interested in getting into healthcare or learning more about nursing, go check out my nursing channel, Your Fave Nurse B, because I am your fave nurse. All right, you all, thank you so much for watching. Peace.